We've fallen so very far. We've eaten up your lies like gasoline. We've fallen so very far. We've eaten up your lies like gasoline. You light the match soon after we are dead. You light the match, you burn our inside.
Hello, this will be my first video on this channel. And what I'm going to do with this video is announce that the band Tom's Reprisal will be returning. We've actually released our first EP. That was today, actually, the 30th of January. It's called the Acoustic EP, and it's by Tom's Reprisal. And what Tom's Reprisal is, it was kind of like a defunct band for a while. Meaning no one was actively playing music with it, but it was my college band that I played a few events with, I should say, and never really took off. But what happened was, it's always been this thing I'm passionate about. Like, for example, music. I used to listen to the early Green Day and Switchfoot records, but back when both bands were still three pieces, and imagining what it would be like to be in a band. And I guess my guitar skills never took off enough to actually be able to play anything. Even now today, like, what I still play is just a bunch of full chords and power chords and minor chords and a bunch of rhythm guitar stuff, not much lead stuff. My lead skills still are pretty lacking, but I'm trying to improve that. So you can't really say that I'm going to stay stagnant in the same guitar skill forever. But my plans are, I've released that EP, which is like 6 songs that I've either wrote. A few of them I wrote recently, but some of them are pretty old songs. They're like from 2012. But yeah, as I was saying, Tom's Reprisal was an old band I was part of from 2012. Was founded on February 2nd, 2012 at George Mason University. And I want to just keep, what I'm going to do, I'm going to keep playing my acoustic guitar, recording stuff with my my high quality mic I have here with the audio interface system I have. It's pretty simple when you're just recording acoustic guitar. But yeah, I'm mainly inspired by power trio bands, especially pop punk ones such as like Blink-182, stuff like that. I also like the band Lifehouse. They were a power trio for a bit, I think, but I think they still are. I'm not sure, but yeah, I just want to show the world what kind of music I can play. And there's always a passionate thing people have inside them. They have a song inside their soul and they just want to get it out there. That's what I'm doing, really. I'm just trying to express myself. And I've been doing that with poetry. I've written 12 books with my publication, Melodium House. My publishing house, not publication, publishing house. But I really feel like there's something missing with my creative expression. And even though my music skills might not be as good as I want them to be now, they will be in the future. And once again, my name is Joey Leo. I'm living in this apartment that I recently finally moved out of my parents' house. So that's why I'm living in this apartment, very close to where I work. And there's actually some snow forecasted for for tonight, actually, this morning. That'll be fun to deal with, especially getting all the snow off my car. But what I want to say basically with this rambling thing I've been doing is that this band is really important to me, and I just want to eventually get a bass player. First person I'm going to ask to do it is my brother. I have to teach him bass guitar, though. He's been interested in this, but then we'll need a drummer eventually. But the thing is, with the COVID out there, people are just crazy about not having concerts. So that kind of sucks. But at the same time, I know this can't go on forever. The people are going to have concerts eventually. Like, the whole music business is really, especially with the people who aren't on the top 1% of the music industry, are really suffering, because the shows were how they brought attention to their music. And yeah, the thing I never want to do is become a cover band. But yeah, I am a singer, I'm a guitar player, I struggle with lead guitar, but I'm a rhythm guitarist. And yeah, I just play music, and I'll probably put some of my songs in between what I'm saying here. Like just some little clips. And yeah, it's always been a dream of mine to be in a band, and technically you can be in a band if you want to. I don't know if one person counts as a band, because that's what I am right now. Like, even though when I started I had a bass player, but for some reason people think that when you have a creative outlet, that if no one really hears it or listens to it, then it's kind of a waste of time. But at the same time, you have to start from somewhere. You just got to put it, like Ed Sheeran said, you just got to put out a bunch of crap, and then eventually people will start to pay attention to you. So yeah, Tom's Reprisal is going to return. It has returned, and it's going to be even better than it was before. Even if you think it, like, that is to say, if we say that it was anything before, but it's going to, I feel like it's going to take off this time. Like I am a poet, and I do poetry books and stuff. Like, it didn't get too much attention with that stuff, but like, I've written some really good books. That's a very vain thing to say, but yeah, that's true. And I just hope, like, my lyrical content from my poetry will transfer over well to songs. And I'm practicing every day with the guitar to get better. And first with acoustic, and then I'm going to transfer over to electric once we get some attention or get another bandmate involved. And it really cascades from there. For example, if you're just a one-man band, like, you don't have as much people interested in you as if you had a bassist with you. It's harder to attract a drummer when you are simply by yourself. So I'm trying to get my brother involved. He's interested in this, but we'll see. And I just lost my train of thought for a second. Yeah, I do want to be a power trio. There's something really holy about the number 3, which is why, like, 3-piece bands are something that really excite me. And it's like a minimalistic approach to music. Because if you have a 3-piece, they can do a lot of stuff relative to how many people are in the band. Like, you can make your band sound like an orchestra, even though there's like 3 people there. It's kind of might be more difficult, but like, you can still do it, and it's really more impressive. It's like the ratio of how much it impresses people. And yeah, it's just something mystical about the 3-member band. and I'll just gonna play some music clips in the background. So these are some of my songs actually that I'm gonna be playing from the EP I just released. And yeah, new channel that I'm on. Probably make a video with a link to this video in my other channel, which is All the Stars Are Dead. This is Tom's Reprisals channel, which will eventually be an official band channel if we ever get off the ground here. What I really want is to have like a really anthemic rock sound with my band. Get away from that just simple acoustic guitar strumming and just get like a stadium rock sound and make it really big, sound really a lot bigger, like with these really powerful and emotional and lyrics that are centered on the extremes of human emotion, while at the same time I want to release concept records that are very character driven. The next step in this process will be to just get as good at guitar as I can, get as good at singing as I can, and refine my lyricism skills and apply that to the music, and then just write as much crap as I can. And then after I have as much material as I can, I'll have about 80 songs. I will narrow it down to that, and then I'll have acoustic versions of those songs. Going to first teach my brother bass guitar, buy him a bass guitar, or whoever else would do it if he doesn't want to do it. And then get some studio time in a home studio or whatever. Whoever will help me record music, get some reasonable prices there. And first we're going to track the vocals. The drums will be first, but we're going to hire a drummer, track the vocals, track the bass guitar, track the guitar, and then the last thing will be to add some extra instruments in there like violin or piano. I'm not sure if I want to play that myself or if I have to hire someone to play it for me. But I can play violin. I just can't play piano. It's like I've never learned that skill, especially with chords on the piano. But yeah, music is just something that I'm possibly more passionate about than even poetry. And if you know my poetry, you know like how extremely passionate I am about poetry. And the best kind of lyricism is like songs or poems that have double meanings and that tell a story. That's what I always want to portray with my music. So yeah, we're back, and we're just going to put out as much crap out there as we can, well, to a reasonable degree, and then narrow it down and put out the good stuff, and keep plowing at it. And not sure how many more like acoustic Spotify releases I want to release before actually doing like a full band thing, but I'm working on it. We'll see what happens. And if you made it this far, I really appreciate you, and please check out my stuff. Yeah, the EP once again is the acoustic EP by Tom's Reprisal. It's on Spotify, Amazon, and iTunes. Also YouTube, actually, you can search it. And I just want to get some initial feedback from people on that music. And it's a really deep kind of record. It's about like being in situations you don't want to necessarily be in, and also the theme of knowing things about the world that other people don't know, and starting a revolution, like changing the world in a way that would seem impossible. Like there's a song called Screaming. It's about wanting to start a movement even though no one seems to be listening. So yeah, once again, I'm Joey Leo, and my other channels are All the Stars Are Dead, founder of Melodium House, founder of Tom's Reprisal, and yeah, hopefully this will all be well. This will all turn out well. So thank you everyone for listening.